This revised version includes specific individuals: Spartacus, Olaudah Equiano, Toussaint Louverture, and Frederick Douglass, who were directly affected by slavery and played pivotal roles in resisting it. Their stories not only illustrate the harsh realities of slavery, but also highlight the human spirit's drive for freedom and justice.
In the distant past, before the world we know today, human societies were small, living in simple villages, working together to survive. But as time passed, people began to build greater civilizations, and with that came the need for more labor that wasn't always voluntary. Ancient Egypt, a land of great kings and monuments, needed workers to build the colossal pyramids. These workers weren't just skilled builders, they were slaves. Some were prisoners of war, captured from distant lands. Others were people who owed debts they could never repay. Fast forward a few centuries to ancient Rome. Among the gladiators fighting for their lives in the arena was one man whose name would be remembered for centuries: Spartacus. Born into slavery, Spartacus was forced to fight for entertainment. But in 73 BCE, he made a choice that would change history. He led a rebellion, rising up with hundreds of slaves against the might of the Roman Empire. Though they were eventually defeated, Spartacus's courage became a symbol of defiance, and his story inspired generations to fight for freedom. But the story of slavery wasn't just limited to the past. In the 16th century, across the vast Atlantic Ocean, a brutal trade took place. Millions of Africans were captured and forced onto ships, packed into the cruel, dark spaces of the Middle Passage. Among them was a young boy named Olaudah Equiano. He was stolen from his home in Africa and sold into slavery. After years of hardship, he managed to buy his freedom, but instead of forgetting the pain he endured, he told his story. His autobiography, The Interesting Narrative of the Life of Olaudah Equiano, exposed the horrors of the transatlantic slave trade and became a rallying cry for the abolition movement. Meanwhile, in the Caribbean, a boy named Toussaint Louverture was born into slavery on the island of Haiti. But Toussaint refused to accept a life of bondage. He became a leader, not only fighting for his freedom, but leading one of the first successful slave revolts in history. His courage helped turn Haiti into the first nation founded by former slaves, forever changing the world's view of what was possible. And in America, another voice rose against slavery: Frederick Douglass. Born into slavery in the early 1800s, Douglass escaped, and soon after, he became one of the most powerful voices in the abolition movement. Through his speeches and writings, he spoke out against the system of slavery that oppressed so many. He helped lead the charge for change, showing the world that even those born into the darkest circumstances could change history. These stories of bravery, resistance, and hope didn't just end with those individuals. They sparked movements that would eventually lead to the end of slavery in many parts of the world. But even though slavery officially ended, its legacy still echoes today. The men and women who fought for their freedom didn't just want to break their chains. They wanted the world to see them for who they truly were, human beings with the same rights as anyone else. And today, we continue to fight for justice and equality, honoring their struggles and ensuring that no one ever forgets what they fought for. Remember, the struggle for freedom isn't just a chapter in the past. It's a story that's still being written, and you have a part to play in it.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
Let's take a look at some of the heroes of slavery that not only fought for their freedom, but made it possible for our freedom today.
I would like to take this moment to thank everyone for listening and watching. Please like if you feel you've been educated about the history of slavery and the people who fought for freedom.